Socks, look in there. Look in there. It's the wrong way. Now, are you quite disgruntled? I know I've been getting up and down to do work all afternoon and you can't sit on my lap the whole time. I know that. I know that. And cats just want to sit nicely, don't they? Here we go. There he is, sitting down. Oh. Look, say hello to everyone, Socks. No? Hello, everyone. I've had a bit of a gap in doing my videos the last few days. There was the long video from Levenshulme Pride the other day, which had not a lot to do with books. I actually made a feature-length film of clips from the whole weekend and the days leading up, just to show the whole process, which was quite an interesting experiment to do. It was a very busy weekend in so many ways, so much going on, all kinds of stalls and events and performances and the march and bringing everyone together and seeing lots and lots of people. And personally, I was making my film and taking photos. I did no drawing, which was unusual, but I had my art stall in the middle of the marquee at the Klondike Club, and that was great fun. It meant that you got to see lots of people and talk to them and sell some stuff, sell some pictures. And on the Saturday evening, we did our cabaret, and all the members of my gay men's writing group, Fambles, we all did something. We either read or we sang, and everybody did a turn, along with lots of other people doing dance and singing and drag, for about 5 or 6 hours. It was a long cabaret, till very late at night. The whole weekend was a big success, and I was really pleased and really proud of Jeremy for putting the whole thing together. So we've been exhausted ever since, and the weather has just turned. It's just gone a bit grayer and rained a little bit, still raining now, which is good because it cools things down slightly. It was very airless and sultry when I went out to the post box earlier for a walk. Not much reading has happened either. I've relaxed in the evenings since our hectic weekend by watching films. I came back on Sunday night while Jeremy was still DJing on a late Sunday night, and I watched The Muppets Take Manhattan and The Exorcist: The Beginning, which is possibly the only time those two films have been placed in a double bill together. And last night, I watched the remake of Clash of the Titans, which I've seen before, and it didn't make much of an impact the first time, but I loved it this time. I think I dismissed it as just another CGI adventure movie, overdone, too spectacular, lacking the charm of the original with the Ray Harryhausen monsters. But actually, it's a really cleverly written film. It has a better story than the original. It's a really clever weaving of the myths, and there's just a touch of camp about it as well, which is unusual for that kind of overblown commercial movie these days. And I've ordered the sequel as well, which I haven't seen yet. So some films in the evening seem like a good way of relaxing. As I said, I've read very little since I finished The Starless Sky, but I'm halfway through the Banana Yoshimoto collection of linked stories, Dead End Memories, which is out new this month, I think. And I've been reading this quite slowly, quite late at night, and really liking it. I'm remembering what I loved about her work back in the mid-1990s, when I read about 4 of her books, one after the next. There's a lovely delicacy about the way she writes. Things that seem almost banal as she first says them, but which gain such kind of meaning and impact. She chooses almost banal things to write about as well. in some ways. But with this newer stuff, there's such a depth of experience and pathos to it that it just adds so much more as well. In the first story, we've got this couple who meet as young people and have a very brief affair, and they're kind of snarky and sarcastic and are shocked by their compatibility when they do get together. And they get together in a house that's inhabited by elderly ghosts who they manage to cook for and send away happily before the house gets knocked down. And then the young couple are separated by about 20 years and get back together in the present. And they're ready for each other after living some time apart. And on the face of it, it's not much of a story. There's not a lot happens. And I love that. It really is about their emotional compatibility and a particular kind of haunted mood. It really is a ghost story of the kind I appreciate, where the ghosts are there not just to scare you silly, but to teach you something in a very gentle way. And I think that, for me, is what ghosts, if they exist, really are. They're the influence of people left hanging around after them, nudging you gently in kind of half-perceived ways, unseen ways. And I like that idea. And that's the feel of this book. It really makes me want to go back and read her earlier books and read the ones in the middle I missed, about 5 that I've missed. I think not all of them were published here. I think she was probably dropped by her publisher, and now she's had a big success again, and they're picking them up and doing the ones in between and republishing the first ones, which gives us all hope, of course. But what I might do, rather than going back to the beginning straight away, is read her previous one that came out last year, I think. That's the way I'll do it. But delighted to be reunited with somebody whose work I loved and then kind of forgot about. This is the reason for doing things like compiling my bookcase of favourites in chronological order, or for going through those old books of lists, or for doing these videos. Therefore, facilitating those kinds of happy reunions, reminding myself. Anyway, I'll be finished this soon, and after that, I've got a selection of things I might get to next. I'm still regarding this as holiday time, although I've been working every day. I still want to spend some time doing nothing but reading. That's my idea. Anyway, just a short catch up, and hello from me and Socks. Here's Socks again. Socky. He still hasn't forgiven us for being out all day and every evening during the weekend when he couldn't come out. All the dogs could come out because there was a dog show, but we don't have a cat show because that would be a disaster. There'd be fights. So Socks is learning to forgive us gradually for going out quite so much. Anyway, I will see you again soon, and I hope everyone's well and everybody's reading and everybody's enjoying their August. Okay, goodbye.